In that lower left corner, you see the podcast thing. Guess what? We're on it right now. And Sue is doing her best. But see, there's a lot more behind the scenes that people don't see. And that's where we need the help. If you look at this nice little thing I made up with all of the different parts, we have Salvation Sunday, it's Mission Monday, Connecting Tuesday, Wisdom Wednesday, Thankful Thursday, Fellowship Friday, and Sharing Saturday. So see, there's a lot of stuff happening, and this is why we need volunteers. Yeah, folks. Speaking of that, look, if you have a message, a product, you need to educate veterans, guess what we're here for? But see, you got to email Monday at projectdiehard.org, because if you're selling snake oil, you're not coming onto the show. I hate being that way, but it's the truth. Look, I get invited to podcasts all the time and Zoom meetings, and most of the time it's a bunch of talking heads. You ever feel that way, Sue, when you're in some of the meetings?
Yeah. And that's where this is something that is different. Come and be part of this.
Yeah, ask. Type in the comment, ask a question. That's what we're here for. Yeah, look, guys, we need more ministry partners. Can't stress it enough. That is the first community support program member that we seek. If you're not sharing this, telling ministries about us, we're never going to grow. Now, here's the one that's got the crawl in my side. What do you see on there, Sue?
The next facility day is this Saturday.
But
I'm seeing bring a flashlight, huh?
Yeah, we have no electricity in the building.
Yep.
So if you want a full tour, guess what?
Bring a flashlight.
Bring a flashlight.
Well, I see it right on there. Are we going to buy our veterans that breakfast, or are we going to pay the power bill? And that, I mean, that's a reality piece here. We're not going to stop the breakfast. There are so many that come, and that is the time to connect. That makes all that difference, and that's what this is all about. But that's where there's a need, and if you are in a position that where you can donate, or do you know somebody who this is going to touch them, where they are looking at this saying, "Oh, yeah, I can help with this." We need the donations so that we can do all the things that need to happen here.
Yeah, look, folks, it's not the amount you give. It's monthly that counts. Okay? You're going to see that post. I think it might already be out, but we don't take government funds. Grants are not guaranteed.
We need the community to rally around this, and God, we need that help. I find this so frustrating. It's like there's so much at our fingertips ready to happen, and the funds just are not there right now. But they need to.
Sister, our volunteer here in Paducah, our one-armed veteran, right?
Mm-hmm.
Had lunch with him today. Great
Awesome.
guy. But he goes, brother, you got the architecture. You got everything in place.
Mm-hmm.
I said, yeah. What do you want to know here, folks?
Yep.
I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory.
Ooh, and what's that number? What are we up to for the 8,000 that's needed for that tractor repair?
As far as I know, it hasn't changed. So we're at 340 something.
Okay. So that's, again, for those that are wondering what tractor thing, what is this all about? So there was an amazing tractor has been donated. The labor has been donated, but we need parts. And they're willing to sell those parts to us at cost. We just need to raise the money to cover that cost. So if you want to earmark the donations to that, oh my gosh, that'd be awesome. Please. If you want to earmark donations for the breakfast or for name it, that's possible. We can do that.
Again, folks, I never know what somebody gives to this mission because it has no bearing on the care I give my brothers and sisters. It doesn't.
Yeah, so there's that built-in buffer of who's giving, but you don't know how much. And that's by design.
That's by design. I mean,
that's wisdom.
I wouldn't say wisdom. I would say, in my discussions over the weekend, there was a veteran nonprofit out there that was poised to do great things, outstanding things, until private equity got involved. Yeah. Until they compromised.
Yikes.
Okay, and that's why I will not compromise.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you take that one little slippery slope, guess what?
Then it's all slippery slopes. And that's not the footing we're on here. We don't want a slippery slope. The rules are the rules. There's 3 of them. Period.
Point blank. Yeah. So we just finished Fill the Can Challenge 2026. You like what I put there on the bottom?
Stop back or stick with us, because at 1915, that is when you get to find out who is the big winner here.
Who is the 2026 champion?
And there was a group we were with years ago that they always said, there's only one number one. And find out who number one is in this challenge. And huge thanks to all who participated, because it takes everybody's involvement to make this a success. And I can hardly wait to hear. It's coming up. Stick around.
Coming up. So we will stop sharing, but I will still keep that up. That way there I can just share again.
Perfect.
So if you are watching us live right now, please put into the chat that you are. Let us know you're here. Ask a question. I mean, don't know. Let me see if I can pull some stuff up that we can throw up and talk about.
Okay.
Because we did, our guest for tonight couldn't make it in.
I'll throw in there too. If you want to see pictures of our veterans doing the adaptive water skiing on July 4th, I now have pictures.
Oh, cool. Oh, let's do this. Because I like this. Let's see. That's rule number 1.
God owns the mission. I like that. I'm reading all the pieces here. I own the mission. I give the vision. I set the standards. I choose the team. I provide the resources. I get all the glory. This is my mission. I am the CEO. I am God. I am in control. Isaiah 46:10. And you got to get the piece on top there. Mission directives. What's number 1 on that list? Save veteran lives. Bring hope. Restore purpose. Build his kingdom. I like this.
Okay, you like that one? Let's see. Rule number 2 is this one, I think. Wait, let me shrink that, close that. Wait, what happened?
There it is. Veterans are not content. They are heroes. They are not commodities. Real help, not headlines. Honor them. Help them. Don't exploit them. Yeah, the guy who's saying profit over people. Their pain is our payday. Come on. No, that's not how that works. Not here.
Not here. Again, folks, right there, no prostitution of veterans' pain. Too many are out there doing that to get profit. Not gonna happen here.
Not gonna happen here.
Again, look at what the veteran's thinking.
Not okay to be sitting there having the thought be, they don't care about me, they care about money. What? That's all part of the problem in the first place. That this is for our veterans. This is not. I was saying earlier about needing donations, but the donations go directly to the mission, to fixing things, to keeping the lights on. They're not going to anybody's pockets.
Yeah, this I know.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, guys, look, we're live here. We don't rehearse and all that stuff.
No drugs, no alcohol. Ooh, I like the sign though that faith, fellowship, hope, purpose, brotherhood. Yeah. Yeah, drugs and alcohol, it's not allowed. Not in our mission, not in our house. Period.
Well, again, as the picture dictates, drugs and alcohol let in the demons. Look, I can attest about the alcohol letting in the demons. I was there. I was up to close to a fifth a day, Susan.
Whew.
Trying to drown my demons.
The thing is, you're not alone in that. That's where there's so many out there that is where they are.
Yeah.
That's why we exist.
That's why we exist here, folks. That is why we exist. Now, we had this discussion this morning. I don't know if this one's going to show up good, but we'll give it a shot. You guys want input? You want... I might. Let's see if I can do this. I think that covers. Yeah, look.
That's good.
Sue got the class this morning on what is a DD-214.
I'm a civilian. I needed some education because I didn't know. And that's where, side note, you don't need to be part of the military to be part of this. There's a place for everybody here.
Yeah, again, it's the community coming together. It doesn't have to be all veterans. There's a reason why I have veterans and civilians on my board. We balance each other out. Okay. Yeah, trust me, there are times when the veterans, we go talking offline about the civilians going, did I really waste all that time explaining that simple little thing? But then I go, you're right, they didn't know about it. So as a leader, that's my job, is to educate.
Everybody's different. Everybody's had a different life experience, different life story. And we've all got history. We've all got things that we can share, that we are good at, that we have the experience that we need for the job. And that's where having all the different backgrounds coming together makes a big difference.
It does. You know, look, there's no such thing. Well, I don't want to say that because that's a cliche. Look, some ideas are stretching people's brain cells. That's all I'm going to say on that. Okay? But if you have an idea and you're not sharing it, you're taking that away from everybody else. I don't believe that I'm that big, bad, mean of an ogre that I don't listen to my people.
I'd back that.
But see, my people already learned the lesson. The 3 rules are non-negotiable. There's no wiggle room there. There's no gray area there. So don't even bother talking about it, because that's not going to happen.
But this is how people know where they stand. It keeps things simple, right? That's what rules are in place to be the guiding piece. And there's 3. That's it.
Well, there's 3 that will make sure you get on my bad side.
We don't want that.
Look, as I tell everybody here locally, as long as you don't break one of those 3 rules, you never have to talk with me. But you break one, and I guarantee you will talk with me.
And I bet you're not going to like it. And that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, folks, what more do you need to know?
Right.
I mean, I'm going to throw this up. I think you've seen it enough, but I think my computer's acting funky.
It's coming.
Oh.
Nice. Grab your phones, scan it, do it.
Yeah. Scan it, do it. A donation saves a veteran's life. It doesn't buy trips. It doesn't buy planes. It doesn't buy cars. It doesn't buy...
It helps to buy tractor parts. It helps keep the power on. We need lights on in the building if we're going to have people living there. Hello. We need to put up walls, do plumbing. There's
trash, water bill.
The right person is out there. Share this out. So for those watching this on YouTube, I know for a fact that share button, you can actually pinpoint this moment and share from here. That's a possibility. If you want to start with this, that QR code to be on top, you can do that. That is an easy way, wherever you're seeing this, to share this out, whether it's on Facebook, on YouTube, on whatever platform you're on right now and seeing this, you can share it out. And like from YouTube, you can share it to your own channel. You can share it to your Facebook, to your Twitter, to your LinkedIn, to Pinterest. You can, and there's other ones on there that I'm not even familiar with. There's so many places you can send this. Share it. That is how we grow.
Hey, wait, I think there's somebody backstage who can better speak to that.
Oh, look at this. Welcome, welcome. How you doing, Kurt?
Doing good, sir. We're talking about sharing QR codes.
Sharing the mission.
Sharing the mission.
Sharing the mission.
And you're crackling, just so you know. I don't know what's causing the crackliness, but
it's trying to use the virtual background feature. Takes a lot of resource, apparently. A lot of bandwidth.
Yeah, it does. But how important is sharing the mission?
It's the essence of why the organization exists, because, sharing is caring, as they say, first of all. And then there's the old saying of out of sight, out of mind. But, you can also ride with sharing it verbally and, whatever. So, yeah, it's very important that people know how to get to our YouTube channel to see the show, how to get to our Facebook, social media, and how to get to all the content we prepare, because that makes it easy. Like I heard you say, Sue, easy as this, So that's what it's all about. Our websites, we've got a couple of them, but we tend to promote more projectdiehard.org, but there's pdhvets.org, right?
Yeah,
So,
there's, again, folks, 2 or more are gathered. I'm there, right? When 2 or more are gathered, that's why I like doing the twos. Okay? Yeah. You go to pdhvets.org. It's going to tell you the same thing if you go to projectdiehard.org.
The convenience of pdhvets.org, if you're interested in volunteering or potentially becoming a partner somehow with us, it's all right there. There's an online form you can fill out that won't take you more than a couple minutes. How fast can you type your name? It's one of those kind of forms.
Again,
fill that out.
The pdh.vets.org is more interactive.
Mm-hmm.
Projectdiehard.org is if you're going to dive deep into learning about the mission. Okay, it's not as interactive as pdhvets.org. And that's by design. That is, there's a design there.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like taking their time and looking at the full page. They don't want to use the drop downs. They don't want to use the navigational bars. But some people just like going to PDH Vets because it's all in drop downs. It's all in right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, we just got
and so, yeah, I mean, this idea of sharing the mission is the only reason why Sue and I are here. Because if Brian wasn't sharing the mission, I would never have had that moment where I was self-conscious about how long I talked on an interview on Facebook Live, because I was trying to figure out what the interruption was all about. And I'm like, who am I holding up here? And the host was saying, well, Brian Gibbs with Project DieHard serving veterans. And I'm like, whoopsie, I should have stopped talking, a long time ago. But here comes in Brian. But then we were able to have an hour-long phone call afterwards, and that's what gave rise to my commitment to be an ambassador here. So to Brian sharing the mission and me being open to learning what it's all about, thinking about what can I do, not sitting there being an idea fairy that, Brian, I think you should do this and I think you should do that. No, it became, what can Kurt Roscoff do? And ta-da! Here I am. And you know what? He got a twofer. He got my better half. That's how this works.
Oh, look here, folks. Yeah, they're husband and wife. Right? But understand this fact. I bug Kurt for some things, and I bug Susan for other things. Why? Because I know their strengths and their weaknesses. That's the key to my position. Okay? Just like as a senior NCO running a whole battalion aid station. I knew my medics, who was strong in this and who was weak in this and who could learn this and who, that's all part of leadership that I've been taught my whole life. Yeah, again, folks, this is something that people, if you have a question, put it in the comments. I don't think I've ever shied away from a comment. I'm just going to give you fair warning. If you don't like my answer, that's on you, not on me.
I'm wondering if I can go ahead and bring up some pictures. We're all about giving hope to our veterans, right?
Yeah, come on. Bring up those pictures, please.
We had, I know we talked about it before, but on the 4th of July, I'm still super excited that we had the opportunity to take a bunch of veterans water skiing. And in that, we were extremely lucky to have Brian Leach joining us, and he blessed us with photos. He's a professional photographer. He's volunteered his time to come on out and take a ton of pictures. So I'm not going to go through all of them, but I will zip through a handful here. So this is what a sit ski looks like. And before the event started, we gathered around. We had a little bit of an orientation of what we're all doing so we can all be on the same page. But look at this. Everybody you see on this screen right now, we're all there to volunteer for the day. And this is our first participant getting in the water, getting ready to go, getting the ropes ready to go, and they are up and skiing. So again, this is a sit ski. We have volunteers on either side that ski with just to, yeah, and he's got the hand raised already saying, yeah, he's excited for what's happening here. And before the day was done, he actually pulled the rope and was hanging onto the rope and doing some things that we rarely get the chance to do with participants. Let me just scroll ahead here. We had did we hit double digits with our participants? I'm not even sure. I lost track because we had everybody went multiple times, had the opportunity to go out and ski again and then ski again. So we had, we did stand-up skiing and sit-down skiing. We had the boom on the boat like this. So we were teaching this young man how to stand-up water ski. And then Harold Hack, he is one of our good friends, has been for a very, very long time. He is, this is his own seated wakeboard. He's really good. He goes in and out and in and out and in and out, and he can do all sorts of great things with, he's got great control and is really a good skier. Now this, do you see the smile? He started out the day not sure how this is going to be, if this is going to be a thing for him, but look at that smile. He had a blast. And those
was that a veteran?
Pardon me?
Was that a veteran?
Yes, all of the participants were veterans. Each and every one of them. Oh, and here is this young man that had pulled the rope. The next time we went, we told him, straighten out your arms, it'll be easier. And folks had differing abilities. It ended up being 2 that were able to do stand-up skiing with us that day. Oh, look at that. Is that not the look of I am in the best place ever?
Again, folks, this is, you see how this is all, these veterans are having a blast.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to ask, like I asked last week and Susan couldn't answer, but how do those veterans hear about that event? Because I know we shared it out on DieHard a few times.
Yeah, so where they all actually ended up hearing about it, I am not sure. I know it was actually on our local news multiple different days prior to this event. So we had some great support locally, which we've really, really appreciated too.
Well, again, folks, this is why I get copied on a lot of stuff. And I know Susan is emailing our local news stations.
Mhm.
I know I have put it out there. Here's their emails. This Saturday is the monthly facility day. Come on up. Invite the media. Get the mission known. Get us big enough, and we might be able to hold something like that up at Wren Lake in Illinois.
And then I'll go ahead and stop sharing. After this, then we're getting into our ski show that we have later that day. But I'm going to comment though on this. Look at the age range here. We've got some young ones, we've got some not so young ones, and everyone in between. And there was a place for us all.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the teamwork to make an event like that happen. That's not something you can do by yourself. You can't. You need enough people. You need both the participants and the help. And that's kind of like, in many ways, like what it is here. We've got the team assembled here that we're doing what we can now, but we need more people to help. To make this be what it can be, we need more people here. We need the funds to do what we're talking about. We need a lot of things. This is the growth phase that we're in right now. And whatever people can do to help share that out. Did you hear that word again? Share. It keeps coming up. Share this mission. Share what we're doing and help us to make a difference. You are making a difference by sharing.
That phrase, growth phase. FOB Rush was donated in 2020.
Yeah.
We've been doing the fellowship breakfast since 2019.
Yeah.
What are y'all waiting for? Haven't we proved our mettle? Haven't we proved our convictions? Haven't we proved of who we are, what we stand for, and what we're doing?
I've got a sign on my door at work. It was there when I started working there. Well, we moved buildings. The sign came with. It's got a circle. It says "Bang Head Here." Yeah, because that's kind of what I feel like sometimes is like we keep doing the same things. We need more people. We need more things to keep happening. I don't want to lose in the midst of this. Things like what you said earlier, though. You spent a ton of time helping a veteran this weekend. So just because we still need things to fall into place doesn't mean veterans aren't being helped yet. Veterans are being helped a lot. How many have you talked to? I mean, my goodness, you've helped so many. So people need to realize it's not that part's not waiting. A ton of your time goes to that.
Go ahead, Kurt.
Yes, I just want to, build out, some vast insight from Sue bringing us into the realm of our water ski club. So the story goes that back in 2013, a former member of the club, an alumni member, she's a veteran, and she saw how Sue and I were going out there to, grow adaptive water skiing. And she thought of the veterans. As a veteran, she wanted, like we talk here, the brothers and sisters to be able to do that. And she thought of the VA, and she's familiar with the chief of the spinal cord injury unit over at the VA. And but she also knew his staff, and that's where she had me start. She introduced me to the staff for Dr. Lee over there at the spinal cord injury unit, and we talked shop a little bit because they take the veterans from Milwaukee out and around to various adaptive water skiing, out to adaptive adventures and here and there. And so they learned about our role and about the water skiing. They really took to it, to make that a thing for the veterans they serve through the spinal cord injury unit. Well, as my luck would have it, Dr. Lee was also working on an adaptive sports and rec expo. And he's from the wheelchair lacrosse community. And so he had a lot of things brewing to take what he was building through the adaptive lacrosse community and, to really build out how this is available to veterans in southeastern Wisconsin. So he's got this expo going on, and he was able to pull that a school district was able to supply their high school, and it's got swimming pool and track and tennis courts, and so by the time we're all done and with all the networking that Sue and I like to do, we ended up attracting over 50 renditions of sports and rec and 60 partners to the Everybody Plays Adaptive Sports and Rec Expo, again, born out of the Veteran Affairs, at the VA hospital over there, spinal cord injury. So the point to all this is none of this would have connected if a veteran didn't talk to me as a non-vet and give me the heads up and do the introduction and, pull all this together. So the idea is, just to think about what's going on in your life and think about how we could make something of that. Now, today, as I do every Monday, I was at All Stars and Stripes Heroes Connection. And who was recognized today at All Stars and Stripes Heroes Connection? Brian Gibson, because the host,
How was
Angela, because Angela pointed out that you were the first presenter for All Stars and Stripes Heroes Connection. You were there when she started the group and presented. And Santa Papa John was presenting today. And so with all the work done with Santa Papa John, there was a lot of Project DieHard energy between the two of them and me. And, other people were, are familiar with us. So the whole meeting was for anything could happen. And there was a lot of energy around our mission here because of how we're sharing. We're going out there and sharing it. And so it's an elongated process. And so it's like a trail. It's establishing a trail that people, come to us and experience what we can do. And we need these trails out to your life. So when you look at your faith life, like we're talking about church hurt, are there improvements that we could collaborate on to help build your church to be a warmer place? We could work on that together. Your nonprofit, are veterans volunteering, or what's the role of veterans in your other nonprofit if it's not a mission squarely for veterans? In your school, like we're partnered with Southern Illinois University and Sue works at Carroll University. All the things that fill your days, are you willing to offer us a conversation? Let's understand and let's collaborate, like we talked about, when two or more gather in his name. That's what we're asking for.
Look, folks, we heard an alarm.
You know what that was for?
Are we ready?
We had said earlier at this time is when you'll find out who the winner is of the of that whole head-to-head competition. Which location raised the most money and fill the can?
Here it is.
Drum roll. Woohoo!
Break it down for him, Sue.
I love it. It says right on here, Fill the Can Challenge 2026. Help us build places where veterans find hope. Total raised $671. And who won? The VFW, the Veterans of Foreign Wars. That location, the VFW, is the one that raised the most. So to the VFW there in Paducah, Kentucky, post 1191, we thank you and congratulations. You got bragging rights for the next year.
You do. Okay.
And that's a big deal because the VFW as well is a nonprofit. So that's the VFW saying that Project DieHard is a big enough deal that they're happy to have people who otherwise could be donating to VFW donate to Project DieHard because their members know that our mission is life-saving. And they went ahead and did it at a level that they won this award. Thank you, VFW. I really appreciate the efforts and accomplishment for saving our veterans.
Oh, again, folks, we had some head-to-heads. I think I've already put those out. The only really head-to-head we had was between Paducah and Carbondale's sports clips. And Paducah took that one.
Ooh, again, bragging rights. I love it.
Well, again, they were a little miffed that they didn't win the big trophy, but
next year, let's see what they get next year.
yeah, there's always next year. In fact,
oh, look at this. Challenge 2027. So again, that Fill the Can campaign, it happens between Memorial Day and Independence Day.
every year. My question is, right there, how many in-person cans do you think we could put out next year? Okay? But this is why we need volunteers. Do you want to head up Fill the Can Challenge? If that's the only gift you can give us, it would be a great benefit to us. I'm looking at these little numbers. I don't know if right up in here.
Yeah, it says I'm going to make it big on my screen too. In the cans, there were a total of $520 in all when we brought all the cans together, with 101 in checks, and $50 was donated because there was that whole thing. If you go to the bank and say, I want to fill the can, $50 came in that way. The one that actually kind of ticks me off though, online. So literally anywhere you are, anywhere, you had the opportunity to go online, click a couple buttons, and donate. And nobody did. Big freaking goose egg. So, really? I'm very disappointed in that. But I'm going to say the challenge part is complete for this year. But I am going to put out there, though, you can still go there and donate throughout the year. And what you were saying earlier, that big difference comes in when you sign up to go ahead and donate on a monthly basis. That really helps the mission in
that. Again, folks, the Fill the Can Challenge, $671. I am grateful for that.
Yes.
I am excited. I am grateful. Thank you. God bless everybody that helped, who put money in a can. Okay? But let's have brass tacks here. $671 doesn't even cover 1 month of the electric bill at FOB Rush.
A little reality check there. Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm in your face on it, folks, but facts are facts.
Every little
Sue-
bit helps, but
Yeah, Sue was nice when she explained earlier. I'm not. Look, I either buy veterans breakfast or I pay the electric bill.
not a hard decision.
Buying veterans breakfast gives them fellowship, support, hope. Is that all you want me to do? Is just a breakfast? Is that
And
all you
so,
want? Is that all you want Project DieHard to do? Is a monthly breakfast for veterans?
and the idea is that when we're out there reaching you and you've given what you can give, or that's not your role, then to the point of the online, driving traffic to our websites, driving traffic to this video, and so forth, sharing it. I was telling stories earlier in my participation here to give examples of how a person did something instead of just sponging it up. And, because I said a year ago, that's the risk of what we do here. Way to go, Brian.
Woo!
Way to go, Sue. Way to go, VFW. Way to go, Kurt. Way to go, everybody. And cheer us on. And then, again, we appreciate all that. But the thing that really matters is, do you have people? Do you have your Facebook page, your email, your text? I was with another group earlier telling them for their platform, how to share out there and to do all those things, because that's where it gets legs and that's where it reaches more people. Like Brian says, there's someone out there that can write the check, but they just don't know about the mission yet. And you could be like that lottery winner for the mission, introducing it to people. And I talked about stories where it cascades, like a person meets gets introduced, and then they know about it, and then they know about it, and we keep going down the trail. And it's like LinkedIn, 6 degrees of separation. You have your first degree contact, second and third.
While you were going through the water skiing thing, All Saints Church of England, you commented on one of our posts. Yeah, got it. So you're over there in England, but guess what? Veterans live around the world.
Sure do.
And online reaches England. So all of our online contributing can happen in the UK.
Yeah, our outreach partners reach, I don't know. I don't know I don't know where I put that. Anybody got the photo from earlier from the meeting with the numbers from On the Mark TV?
Ooh, I do not have that one.
Yeah, again here, folks. I got 3 screens, about 20 things open at any one time. I got a message from here from a veteran I'll get to. It's not life-threatening. That's why I'm still here. But there are perks to joining our program.
I want to say in Club 22.
Yeah.
That is just over a week away. If you are looking to go out and have some food somewhere, pick a place that is a member of Club 22. Oh, look at that. There it is. Way to go, Court. You win. Check that out.
So On the Mark TV is an outreach partner of ours. You join our community support program and you get, I don't want to say free because there's nothing free in the world, but you get time to explain to the world that you're helping to save veterans' lives that get seen to that whole network.
Are you saying that's a big deal? Uh-huh. That's one of those, I can do what? For real. That's on the table here.
Yeah. But see, you have to join our team first.
Yeah. So who's ready to join the team? Hey, I'm going to pop my email right on the screen here. Send me a note. Susan at projectdiehard.org. Reach out.
Again, folks, well, I want to talk to Brian. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Eventually.
Eventually you will, but I have more pressing things. I'm not better than anybody, but I would rather take time to work on a veteran issue, helping a veteran, than all the admin and back end paperwork I have to do because of my position. So yeah, email the team. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. Okay. Again, my email just chimed, and I look at certain emails because veterans have emails that they send. On that, it's 7:30.
It's time. We always end with a word of hope for our veterans. So, Brian, why don't you go ahead?
Look, brothers, sisters, if you see socials today on our page, you'll see another veteran has joined the mission today. Okay? It's out there. It took them a long time to make it through everything because I only take the best. But now they've made the team. We're here fighting for you. So don't you quit. Back to you, Sue, and God bless.
Thank you. Kurt, over to you.
So as I, kind of culminate, what I'm sharing here, I'm thinking about the things that I'm fortunate to do. And, so it includes performing water ski shows and going to the world's largest water ski tournament, doing more adaptive water skiing, and being with my family, my relatives. We're going to be a crew of 22 people together. So what does this mean to you? What this means to you is I don't know your situation. I don't know what you're dealing with, but you are fortunate enough to be hearing my voice, being able to possibly, if you're watching a YouTube video, seeing me on the YouTube and such like that. So you have access to a team here at Project DieHard, like Brian says. We're here, fighting for you. We're here part of your team against the demons that are, speaking and, whispering all that nonsense, to you. And we're here to, be that outreach and inreach to you. It's all about you. So the idea is I offer my time. I share my phone number, 262-372-1754. Call and text me. Email me, kurt@projectdiehard.org. And at the same time, think of your brothers and sisters. Think of, the folks you met through service, and that we're here for all of them as well. So for yourself, for others, stay with us here at Project DieHard and keep pressing on to unpack your story, because you have been prepared for something, and you're going to want to show up for what our Heavenly Father has in mind for you.
Awesome. Yeah, God's not done with you yet. You are here for a reason. Thank you so much for being here, and do what you can here with us. The invitation is there. So I'll leave that wide open, and we'll see where that brings you in the coming days. No matter what, though, back here next week, same time, same place, Monday night, Mission Monday updates at 6:30 p.m. Central. As always, we thank you.